iLEAD is organizing Future Vista, the new Age Careers, a conclave that will witness the presence of dignitaries from the various sectors of the industries. The panels will discuss the changes and growth in the respective sectors along with the new age career opportunities. This will help the young minds choose the right career path for themselves and also the industries to build new enthusiastic entrepreneurs and a passionate workforce, paving the way for pioneering innovations and futuristic ideas.
The world of today is going through fast and dynamic changes, and sports industry is no exception. Application of AI, esports, diversity and sustainability are the present trends in the sports industry that demand a fundamental shift of paradigm in sports management. Apart from this, disability inclusion, athlete activism, inclusion of the LGBT community in sports, use of sports for a developmental tool to take care of the environment, etc., are the emerging trends of the sports industry as well. Consequently, multidimensional job opportunities in sports management are being created very rapidly, where sports enthusiast students can transform their hobby and passion into a highly successful career. The present session titled Changing Trends in Sports Industry Towards a More Inclusive Future is specifically designed for the young people who wish to pursue successful careers in sports management and take it one step ahead. We are positive our esteemed panel consisting of sports professionals would help students to find their passion and attain success through precise facts, guidance, and suggestions.
Somebody in the industry who's doing something right to cater to people like us who need this for our training. Now, maybe we are not professional athletes, but we have an aspiration. We want to get somewhere. We want to run marathons. We want to go for triathlons now. Or we want to get into football, cricket. So there are many opportunities, not just for you as an athlete, but somebody who wants to go on the other side as well. And I'm going to start with Jan over here because he's the youngest and also he has been a former football player and now gone to the other side where he has started coaching. Jan, great to have you here, and like you said, good to be back here. What is your message to the youth who want to switch to the other side and think sports management, what's there for us?
I think sports management was never an option to get into. Parents would never suggest us to get into such a profession because it was quite an unstable venture to get into. But in today's world, the way sports are heading with the IPL, the ISL, with the volleyball leagues, so many avenues are opening up for young professionals, not just as coaches, but as team managers, as analysts, as strength and conditioning coaches, as venue managers, operations. It's endless. The kind of workforce you need to even run one team is endless. So I think this is a fantastic opportunity for all the young students who want to stay into sports but could not make it as a professional sports person. I think keep going, keep working, do what you love, enjoy it, keep smiling, and I think the world is an open canvas for you guys. And I think the platform here, the opportunities here in iLEAD are remarkable.
The sports industry on a whole is developing at a scale that cannot be imagined. Now, we obviously look at the major leagues like the IPL, the ISL, the PVL, the PBL. It's always three alphabets worldwide. That is the trend we follow. So that's what we're following in India as well. And we look at these to sort of benchmark or index how good the sector is doing. And I think that's a very good way of looking at it as well. The Nifty and the Sensex, which is supposed to be the pulse of the Indian economy, grew at 6.5% last year to this year. Year-on-year growth is 6.5%. The Indian sports economy grew 45% between 2021 and 2022. As of 2022, we are spending 14,205 crore rupees per year on sports. 14,205. If I were to divide that by the number of people who are working in the sports sector in India as of right now, I think it is the highest or the second highest revenue per employee is a measure that we typically look at when we're looking at employability in different sectors. The sporting sector in India comes out to be in the top 3. So that is something, you need to absorb and process in your head that, okay, there is so much money out there in this one particular sector. There are so few people who are doing it right now. So there must be some sort of a gap, right? Now the gap, of course, is that, of course, we understand that a big chunk of this money goes to the sports athletes for putting up the kind of gameplay that they do. The same way that actors make the most money in the movie industry, athletes make the most money in the sports industry. But the sports industry is not just about playing or being a coach or being a manager, right? It is a full-fledged sector. I think I've said this before. I'm not sure if I said it to you guys, but I've said this before, right? Let me share something about my own team, my own company with you. Like Ian correctly said, there are the support staff, the back end of a team cannot even be imagined. We have 12 players in the squad of Kolkata Thunderbolts. 12 players only. The entire management team, if I were to count heads, we are 43 people strong. It takes 43 people to manage a team that has 12 players. So you can, and we have a season for 1 month in the year, like the IPL. Now you can imagine if you are a full-fledged club that is playing all year round, what is the kind of scope and potential that there is. And just to touch upon what Prema spoke about, data and analytics, that is one of the fastest growing subsectors of the sports sector as well. Because we have understood that, look, the more information we have, the more efficient we can be. We can gauge that a player is going to get tired, his performance is about to drop, or her performance is going to peak well beforehand and plan accordingly. So it is one of the most important performance enhancers there is. And we'll talk more about it as we go along. But, pleasure to be here, and let's just keep the ball rolling.
I'm not someone who is going to talk about online gaming throughout the day. I'm going to talk about football, of course. And in this particular field of sport, in this particular game, beautiful game, what we call it, there is a lots and lots and lots of opportunities. What kind of opportunities? Well, if you are not an athlete anymore, if you cannot play the game, but if you want to become an administrator, if you want to run a football club or any organization, there are various options that you can do. One is the team operation, where you have got to manage the contract of the players. You have got to add them into the portal where you need technical knowledges. Those days have gone when you don't have the technical knowledge and still you can do it. Those days are gone. It's all digital nowadays and you have got to do it online. Second is the player contracts and the transfer negotiations. We all see it in paper, especially when the transfer window is open, how it takes place. Now, the scenario of the Indian clubs are changing. There is a huge amount of transfer fee involved, especially in the top tier. And if you get into this particular business, you have got to understand how to take care of that. How to include certain clause for the benefit of your club or for the benefit of the player. Now, we all watch European football, right? There are big agents like George Mendes, like Mino Raiola. Now, in Indian football, the agents are not so popular. Popular in a way, the people look at them in a different way. But I have seen sports management people doing it in a correct way and not doing it in a correct way also. Because it is also part of football administration only. You need to understand the game, you need to understand the protocols, the do's and don'ts, and then only you put certain clause into a particular contract. You need to understand how to negotiate with the party for the player or for your club. And if we talk about normally, when I talk with people, they take sports management as an event-based thing. It's not like that. Although our team is going through an iLEAD venture where we have got to do so many event management things. And I can tell you, people like you only, people from these colleges, such wonderful colleges, are actually taking care of it. In our club, yes. And in other club also, it is of course true. There are certain things which, as the discussion flows, we can talk about. During the match day, it is like almost like a marriage ceremony. Okay, you have got to take care of the delegates, you have got to take care of the spectators, you have got to take care of the hospitality management, you have got to take care of both the teams, the officials of the federations, and you have got to take care of the timing, most importantly. And last but not the least, I think here there are so many people from the media management also. There is a huge amount of opportunity for you people, because is ultimately how you show it to the public. So there are n number of reporters, there are n number of people working in it, but there are very few people who can do it in a proper way. So if you are into this field, if you are not directly into sports management, still in this business, your credential, your capability, your way of talking, your understanding of that particular game, your understanding of athletes and how to deal with them can actually make the difference.
Let's directly go to the opportunities we have in sports. So if we speak about an event, the first thing is event management. So we need people who understand sports and can manage a sports event. It is not like a regular event. For managing a sports event, a person has to have knowledge of sports. He has to be passionate about sports. Then comes asset management. So what is asset management? Like Arnab was saying that there are players and each and every club has to have their contracts. They sell them, they buy them, and transfer market is a huge thing. So asset to a club or an sports organization is the players. Like Sumedh said that they have 12 players and 43 people working for them. That is basically 43 people managing 12 assets. And these are the assets that make money for you. So we need to nurture them. We need to take care of them. Like I know for sure Arnab is working with United, and United has a very strong youth development side. So what they are doing is they are creating future assets for them. These players, these young players, when they grow up, they'll become professionals and they'll become asset for the clubs. So there has to be coaches, there has to be trained professional teams to manage these assets so that they can turn enough players into professionals, and these professionals will eventually earn money for the club. Whenever there is a big event, media plays a major role in attracting spectators, in creating the right image for the event, and covering the event so that there is enough inquisitiveness about the event so that people get attracted to the event, they watch the event, they speak about the event. And that can be only done through efficient media management. There are a lot of technical opportunities apart from them, like data management. What are the performance of the players? Which player is performing and which player is not? What are the standard of the players? Can we expect them to improve, or is it performance going to take a dip? All these things can be managed through proper data recording, and that is being also done. Now, we all watch sports on TV, right? When you watch sports on TV, it takes a specialized team to produce those matches, to take cameras. It is not like making a movie. Sports production is a very different beast, and you need to know how to do that. So when we speak about sports production, we need specialized teams who can do sports productions. So that is another career opportunity in sports. Journalism. A lot of people get into journalism, and sports journalism is big. It's very, very big. There are a lot of opportunities for students of journalism who want to get into sports journalism. Whenever there are this size events happening, there comes sponsorships and advertisements. So say you are representing a channel and you are selling airtime for them, that is telecasting sports. Now to sell sports, you need to understand sports. You have to be passionate about sports. You have to have a clear understanding of the game. Then only you can develop properties that would be attractive to your advertisers, and then only you will be able to successfully sell those spots to your clientele. And for that, you need people with sports background.